So now to make any changes to the settings in Exchange, we go into the Exchange control panel, and this can be accessed on a local machine with a link there, Exchange Administrative Center. But if you are remote, you can use a web browser to go to either the name of the machine or the IP address of the machine /ECP, Exchange Control Panel, and that'll bring you to the same thing. Because I don't have a certificate installed to identify who I am, both Internet Explorer and Chrome, Edge, whatever, will warn you there's a problem with the security certificate. It's not an issue. I'll just continue to the website, and within a few seconds you'll get quite a familiar looking login that looks like an Outlook login. And we need to log in, but it's important to notice the format it's needed for the username, domain/username, or you can log in as username at the name of the domain, your email address for all intents and purposes. So this domain is called mail, and user will be administrator, and I will put my password in and get it to sign in. So I'll take a second or two to come up, and then we can start adding users, adding groups. So it's finally loaded up for us. Lots of links down the left hand side where you can switch on unified messaging, switch on public folders, mobile access. You can check your anti-malware is running, and the area that we're mainly worried in is recipients. Now there's only the one mailbox on at the moment. Any existing users, you have to come in now and give them mailboxes. However, from this point on, any new users you add to the system will automatically get mailboxes. So we have 2 users on the system, so we'll click on the plus here. We'll set up a user mailbox, and here's a choice. You can have an existing user, or you can create a new user, and this allows the administrator for Exchange to add a user to Active Directory without having any of the Active Directory tools that you might not want them to get. So for a new user, you put in the first name, the last name, how you're going to display it on the screen, the login name, their email address. If you need to put them in an organizational unit, you can do so, and then you can create logins, passwords, and the normal require password change at next login. You can't do things like disable accounts, reset accounts. That's not your role as an Exchange person. That would be the administrator of the Active Directory. But we're not going to do a new user at this point in time. We're going to have an existing user. So we can browse, and it gives us a cut down version again of the user list. So we should find our 2 users, Chip and Dale. So we'll choose Chip, we'll say OK, and it's going to use all the options that already exists in Active Directory. So that's perfect. We can just save that, and he will arrive on the list in a few seconds. There it goes, and we'll repeat the same for Dale. So an existing user, we'll browse, we'll choose Dale this time, and we can save him again. So that gives us a couple of users on the system. The other thing that's quite common is the idea to have groups. Now we did groups when we did security for printers and folders. This time when we create a group, we're going to do a distribution group, and this allows one email address to be sent to several people. So the display name is what's going to come up in Outlook as the address book entry. So we'll do all staff, The alias is going to be the email address that is required. So I'm just going to call it staff. Then you can put in some notes if you want to. You can browse and put it in an organisational unit. And you scroll on down. The first box is who owns the group. The second box is where you add people to the group. So I can click the plus. And what we'll do is we'll add Chip and Dale at the same time. And we can hit OK. So they are now in the group. And you've got enrolment options down at the bottom here. Open means that anybody can join the group themselves. Closed means only the owner can add people to it. Or you can have it so a message is sent to yourself where you can approve the user. The same goes for leaving. You can open it up so anybody can leave the group themselves, or again closed and they'll get rejected automatically, so they won't be able to leave it. So there's my distribution group set up. I can hit save and there's my email address, staff@mail.com, and it would be displayed at all staff, and the message would go to both Chip and Dale and the administrator who was the owner of the system there.